Chris, you gotta tell me about this new album, Higher. What was the writing process like for it?
Well, there's a lot of songs on here that have been around for a long time. Like Higher, the title track is probably wrote in 2001 when I moved to town in Nashville. And so it's 23 years old at this point.
Wow.
And, but there's songs that I wrote in the last, year and a half too. So it's an interesting record for me. I think there's a lot of things that kind of push the boundaries of what people think that we do, which is nice for me. I enjoy that, but I don't know, yeah.
Man, it's amazing. I'll be wondering where all of that soul comes from. You're so soulful.
Thank you.
Ain't it, y'all? My goodness, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. And your wife, how influential is she with your album making
Extremely
process?
influential. I mean, she's producing on this record, and but
Go Morgan!
And yeah, she's my barometer for most things, like particularly songs though. Like there's a lot of songs on this record that we've been trying to cut for 5 records, so that haven't made it, and then they made it. And so this song has several of those where we got the one, we hooked it,
Yeah.
I know you know how that is. You get in the studio and you're like, I really like this song,
Yeah.
but I didn't get the one I wanted.
But the right time for it, and because you know what a hit is, honey. You don't miss.
I don't know about that.
Listen, when you a fan, you be like, you don't miss. How did you and your wife meet?
How did we meet? We were songwriters at neighboring publishing companies, and the publishing company, she wrote for EMI in Nashville, and I wrote for a company called Seagull Music, which was an EMI co-venture, but we shared a writer building. So we would just pass each other in the halls, and that was one of the way that worked.
Man, music is in the blood of the union. It has to be. Do y'all bust out in song? Like, how y'all communicate? Y'all start singing or something? Like, how it work?
It's usually which one of us is going to pick up which kid. We have 5 children, so it's just like, we don't bust out in song at the house too much, but yeah, we have good communication, so that's good.
Speaking of your kids, do they know that they have 2 famous parents?
I think it's probably normal to them. Like they don't think of what I do as this is my job to them, so it doesn't register necessarily. My older children kind of have a notion of it a little bit that I have an unusual job, but the little guys, they just want me to build Legos with them or something.
That sounds like it's just a beautiful home, beautiful family, beautiful kids, and upbringing. That is amazing. Now, I gotta ask you this. So can you go out or people go crazy, or can you slip under the radar from people?
I'm fairly under the radar. I mean, if I don't wear all this...
He's so modest.
Well, if I don't wear all the crazy hat and everything, put a ball cap on, I'm okay most of the time.
You okay?
Yeah.
I don't know, Chris. If I saw... Right, I'm like, I don't know. If I saw you, I'd be like, that's Chris Stapleton!
Well, the other part is I look kind of mean.
You think so?
Yeah.
Does he look mean, y'all?
Well, I don't look friendly. How about that? And so people might see me and they're like, I think that's him. But it might not be, and he might stab me or something. So, I get a lot of is that him?
Yeah.
Looks, but not as much. But people are genuinely nice when they do walk up and say things. I've never had a bad incident of any kind.
Okay, so no one gets you mixed up with anybody, because people think I'm either Coco Jones or Megan Thee Stallion, and I'm never Jennifer Hudson. Does that ever happen to you where people think you're someone else?
I get Jamie Johnson a lot. He and I used to joke with each other hey, did anybody think that you were me today? Anytime we see each other. But it's happened to me a bunch, and in Nashville in particular, people that are fans of his, that are also fans of mine, I've had people have whole conversations. One time at the Grammys, the first time I ever went to the Grammys, I was in the line, and I was in a band called the Steel Drivers. You're in the line to get in. You know what I'm saying? There's a line to get in. Doesn't matter who you are. There's a line to get in. You're walking into the building. They're herding us in there, and some guy just starts losing his mind. He's like, man, I love your music so much. And I was in a band called the Steel Drivers at the time. It was the first time we'd ever been nominated for anything. It was a bluegrass band. Nobody knew who we were at the moment. And he just kept going on, and I was like, man, you don't even know who I am, do you? And he's like, yeah, you're in Leonard Skinner, don't you? and I'm like, no, it's not me, but thank you. And I went on.
Sometimes sometimes you gotta do that.
Yeah.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.